push until you glue. Thank you. One, two, 1, 2. I'm on. I'm on. I know. From now on, I'm careful. Yeah. How are you doing? Very good. Congratulations. I don't know who is coming. It's hard to get a hold on everybody because Hebrew school is over. I don't know. Yeah. We start with.
Oh. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Wow. Love when your voice gets modulated like this. It's very nice to have you all here tonight for our family Friday night service. The live stream people can't hear us. So yeah. Okay. Thanks, Freddie. And thanks for tolerating my fooling around while you were doing it. Anyway, it's great to have you here. It's really nice to be outside. We've been waiting forward to when it's nice enough weather to be outside for a while, and this is perfect. And I guarantee it's not going to get dark on you before the service is over, too, so that's even better. We're going to get started tonight with an opening song. Canna Merrick's been using one in particular, but she sometimes surprises us, so I'm just going to let her make the choice.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the other one that I started to teach everybody, which I really love, and it's actually part of the Friday night services, and it's part of the psalms that we sing. And you have a little job. You're gonna sing Hallelujah, and I'm gonna teach you how to do it. And that's all you're doing, just Hallelujah, and it's gonna go like this: Hallelujah. Hallelujah. And that's the whole thing. And you're going to repeat it and repeat it throughout the song because I will go to do something else. But let's try. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Again. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. One more time. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. And you stay on that and you keep on doing this. Hallelujah. Don't stop. Hallelujah. Magadlu Masechaya. Sing hallelujah, go. Everybody, hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Very nice. I think we're getting the hang of that song. It's very nice. It's a beautiful song. We're going to continue right now on, let's go right to page 3 for Lechuna Ranana and Romamu.
Some helpers, maybe Scott. Scott, you know Lechuna Ranana? You want to help me out? Romamu, this and Romamu. If you want to come up. Maybe Rabbi Mike, you want to use? Lechuna Ranana,
Lechuna Ranana, Lechuna Ranana, Adonai. Lechuna Ranana, Lechuna Ranana, Lechuna Ranana, Adonai. Naria, Naria, Letzoishenu, Nekamana B'Torah. Naria, Naria, Letzoishenu, Nizmirot Naria Lo. Lechuna Ranana, Lechuna Ranana, Lechuna Ranana, Adonai. Lechuna Ranana, Lechuna Ranana, Lechuna Ranana, Adonai. Romamu, Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu le'chad kavsho. Romamu, Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu le'chad kavsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romamu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romamu.
One more time.
Romamu, Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu le'chad kodecho. Romamu, Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu le'chad kodecho.
Thank you.
Thank you, Scott. Let's go now to page 4. Please join Karen and Merrick. Lecha Dodi.
Lecha, lecha Dodi, לקראת קלה, פני פני, שבת נקבלה. lecha, lecha Dodi, לקראת קלה, פני פני, שבת נקבלה. לה 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 לה. lecha Dodi, לקראת קלה, פני פני, שבת נקבלה. lecha, lecha Dodi, לקראת קלה, פני פני, שבת נקבלה. שמעו וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד. אדוני אחד הוא שמו אחד, לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה. לה 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 לה. lecha Dodi, לקראת קלה, פני פני, שבת נקבלה. lecha, lecha Dodi, לקראת קלה, פני פני, שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת, לכו ונלכה, היא מקור הברכה, מראש מקלת נסוכה. סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לה 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 לה. lecha Dodi, לקראת קלה, פני פני, שבת נקבלה. lecha, lecha Dodi, לקראת קלה, פני פני, שבת נקבלה.
So usually this time I ask you to stand up if you're able to and face the entrance to the sanctuary. You could get in here from a lot of different ways. So what I'd like to suggest is we're greeting Shabbat as Shabbat is arriving, and we're greeting her, standing in honor of her. She's beautiful as a bride. Shabbat is really arriving from the direction that the sun is setting, right? Because that's what brings on the next day. So if I were you, I'd if you're going to stand up and turn around. We can watch as the sun is beginning to sink down into the sky and sing our song of greeting to Bat Boi V'Shalom.
Boi ושלום, עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני ים סגולה. בואי כלה, בואי חלה, לך לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני פני שבת נקבלה. לך לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני פני שבת נקבלה. לה 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 לה, לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני פני שבת נקבלה. לך לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני פני שבת נקבלה.
Please feel free to take a seat. Let's go now to page 5, Mizmor Shir. And we'll just, we have a bunch of them here, so as many as you need. It's a problem I wish I had, you know. Yeah.
מזמור מזמור שיר, שיר ליום השבת. 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 The whole world is waiting to sing a song of Shabbat, and I am also waiting to sing a song of Shabbat. The mountains and the valleys sing a song of Shabbat. The flowers and the trees sing a song of Shabbat. The stars in the sky sing a song of Shabbat. The angels in heaven sing a song of Shabbat. And I am also waiting to sing a song of Shabbat. And I am also waiting to sing a song of Shabbat. מזמור מזמור שיר, שיר ליום השבת. מזמור מזמור שיר, שיר ליום השבת.
We're going to go right on with our service right now. Sometimes we stop here for a story or something else, but I think we're gonna be honoring our graduates a little bit later on. We're gonna wait and save the good stuff for toward the end. So not that the rest of what we're doing isn't good too, but the special stuff we're saving to the end. If you're able to, please rise. Page 6 for Baruch Hu.
La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Barechu et Adonai Hamevorach Hamevorach Hamevorach
Please be seated. So by show of hands, how many people here found themselves saying in the last month or so, at least once, I can't wait for summer? Who thought that? Hey, I thought a lot of people, right? Summer is really like the best time, especially here on Long Island. It's the best time. The good spring we go through this, kind of hit and miss kind of thing where sometimes it's nice and sometimes it's just you can't believe how it's still raining and chilly. So before we go on, and I have this is a lead into the next prayer, believe it or not. Anybody want to share with me, what are you looking forward to for this summer? Or what do you look forward to about summer in general? And I'm just going to say, I'm going to say into the microphone here. Mia. Mia is going to sleepaway camp. What camp do you go to? Lakota. And how many years have you gone so far? Okay, so you're a camp switcher. Do you like this camp? Great. Anybody else? What are you looking forward to? Scott.
I have two things. I'm looking forward to going to summer camp.
And where do you go to camp?
Scout camp. And
Okay, yeah.
also I'm looking forward to not being at school.
Okay, not being at school. That is, I think there's
That's a
probably a
good one.
common sentiment among the 4 students here, and anybody, and probably our teachers too. To maybe, I don't know. I mean, we love teaching, but it's nice to have a summer too. And your campus, you go to Scout camp?
Yeah, I'm going to scout camp for the first couple of weeks, and then I'm going to regular camp.
And what regular camp you go to?
Mid-Island like that.
Oh, I've been there. And it's a fine place to go. And you're never too, well, actually, it may be far this year, but you're never too far from somebody in your family who can knows what's going on with you, whether you want them to or not. Pardon me?
He's not going.
I was thinking about your mom, actually, because she works there, but yeah. She's not going to camp either. She's sitting in the front where it's air conditioning. Anybody else? What are you looking forward for summer? What are you looking forward to for the summer? Blaine.
Driving the kids around.
Yes, not as much kid schlepping. I definitely don't do as much kid schlepping as probably you do, but the one thing I'm looking forward to is not having my alarm go off at 6:27 in the morning. That would be a nice thing. These buses at 7:02, so we're yeah. And actually, this is totally digression. We didn't really come here to hear me talk, but I just read an article that in California they passed a law that high schools aren't allowed to start before 8:30 because they've done a lot of research that kids, teenagers especially, have a really hard time dealing with early mornings. So, and that there's a law under consideration in New York also for the same thing. So, if you want to reach out to your state assembly people and your state senators, let them know. We want to sleep in. Let's make school start later. Okay, anybody else?
I'll share a little.
Sure.
I'll be happy to share. I love the summer. I was born in the summer, in late July, so I'm totally a summer person. And I just
Pan America birthday alert, by the way.
late in July, we're not here. Anyway, I just love the outdoors. I love to swim. So I do a lot of swimming in the summer. That's really my workout, my exercise, and I totally loving it. And either on the beach or in my backyard or in Huntington Beaches where I live, we have beautiful local beaches. And just soak in the sun and just, take it easy, see friends. I see a lot of my friends, more time for socialize and relaxation. Just love it. What?
Don't get burnt with Christmas.
I never do because I'm Israeli. I got the Israeli skin. I don't burn.
So we have a lot of different people looking forward to different things over the summer. Just to recap for those people on live stream, people going to camp, people getting a chance to just not be in school, people who aren't going to be schlepping, people who are going to be enjoying the summer out by the pool and by the beach. I hope everybody's looking forward to summer. One of the things that is great about summer is that we know it's coming. We know it's coming because the world was created with a predictable change of seasons. And that is not something we take for granted. It's something we appreciate every day. So help me appreciate that by reading together with me the top prayer on page 7. Praised are you, Adonai our God, Adonai, ruler of the universe. You make the day turn into evening with just a word. And then the next morning, in your wisdom, you turn nighttime into dawn. Each day the sun rises and day comes. Each day the sun sets and night falls. Each year the seasons change one after another. Just as you have set the earth in orbit around the sun, you have also created planets, stars, and galaxies, the entire universe. You created day and night, with day following night and night following day, something we can depend on every day, because you are the God of all that is in the heavens, a God who is forever and who will rule over us forever. Praised are you, Adonai, who turns day into night. Let's continue together with Shema and Ve'ahavta on page 8.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם מלאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך.
Let's go to page 12 now. This is a prayer that helps us to remember the most famous beach day in all of Jewish history. Anybody want to guess what that is, the most famous beach day in all of Jewish history? Mia? Awesome. When Moses split the Sea of Reeds, right? The only downside of it is the Israelites didn't even get a chance to get wet. But still a great beach day. The song they sang afterwards is Mi Chamocha on page 12.
And this one goes like this. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai. Mi kamocha נדע בקודש, נורת תהילות אוסף אלה, אוסף אלה. מלכותך ובניך, בוקע ים לפני משה, זה אלי ענו ואמרו, ענו ואמרו. אדוני מלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
On page 13, Hashkivenu is our special prayer that we recite every night, asking God to keep us safe and healthy. I'd like to ask you to read with me. We're going to read alternating sections, beginning at the bottom of the page. I'll read the first two lines. You read the next two, and so on. When we go to bed tonight, Adonai, help us to lie down in peace. Spread over us your sheltering peace. Steer us in the right direction with your wisdom. From enemies, from sickness, from war, from hunger, and from sadness. Protect us by helping us feel that you are with us all the time. Keep us safe wherever we go and on the way back. Let us always feel your sheltering peace. I'm sorry, I'm helping you here. Give us the gifts of life and peace now and always. Let us always feel your sheltering peace. Over us, over your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. If you're able to, please rise. Page 14 for Vishamru.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת, לדותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת, לדותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, בני ישראל, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת, לדותם ברית עולם. כי 6 ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת, לדותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת, לדותם ברית עולם.
Page 15, Chatzi Kaddish.
יתגדל ויתקדש שם רבה, בעלמא דברה חירותה וימליך מלכותה, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל. בעגלה, בעגלה ובזמן קריב וימרו אמן. יש מרבה מבורך לעלם ולעלמי עלמיה. יתברך, יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם, ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמא דקדושה בריחו. להאמין כל ברחצה בשירתה, תשבחתה ונחמתה, דמירן בעלמא וימרו אמן.
We're going to continue now with our own individual Amidah. For the evening service, the traditional Amidah is found on pages 16 through 22. It's there in Hebrew, it's there in English, it's there in transliteration. Feel free to use any or all of those tools during your Amidah. Also, want to encourage everyone to add words of prayer from your hearts as well, pages 16 through 22.
עושה שלום במרומה, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל וימרו שלום במרומה, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל וימרו
We'll continue on page 24, Kaddish Shalem.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא יברך יותה וימליך מלכותה, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב יאמרו אמן. יהא שמי רבה מבורך, לעלם ולעלמי עלמיה. יתברך, יתברך וישתבר ויתפאר ויתאמן ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמדי קדושה, בריחו לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירנה בעלמא ויאמרו אמן. תתקבל צלותיהון ובאותיהון דכל ישראל, קדם אבוהון דבשמיא ויאמרו אמן. יש למה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ויאמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ויאמרו אמן.
The part of our service where we're going to be honoring our graduates who are here. And before we start off with that part of the program, I want to give our graduates a little bit of a heads up because I'm going to ask you a couple of questions when you get up here. You can't really study for these questions, but I'll give you at least a couple minutes to think about them. I'd like to ask you to think about excluding your parents. This is very important. Excluding your parents because I don't want to go there. Give us an example of one person during this last portion of your schooling, whatever it is, that you learned the most from. And give us an example of something important that you learned. One person, not including your parents, who you learned the most from during this last phase of your schooling. If you're graduating from middle school, it would be during middle school. If it's religious school, religious school. And what's the most important thing you learned? So, as we grow older, we embark on a journey of learning. We hope, and in Judaism we really believe, it is a lifelong journey. And with each phase that we finish, we celebrate. But we also understand that with each phase, there's something else to go on to, a new journey to begin. So I'd like to ask Ken Emert to start us off with a wonderful Debbie Friedman song, Lichi Lach. It harkens back to the story of Abraham and Sarah. God tells them to leave their homeland, their native land, and go up to the place where God is going to tell them. That place, of course, is going to be the land of Israel. It is the end of one era for them. It is the beginning of another exciting new adventure. Just like all of you are ending one era and hopefully beginning another exciting new adventure.
to a place you do not know. Lechi lach. On your journey, I will bless you, and you shall be a blessing, and you shall be a blessing, and you shall be a blessing. Lechi lach. Lechi lach, and I shall make your name great. Lech lecha, and all shall praise your name. Lechi lach, to a place that I will show you. לשמחת חיים, לשמחת חיים, לשמחת חיים, לכי לך. Thank you. This is the song of my journey too. Represent my journey coming from Israel to America, and I've performed it many, many times, and I'll do it also this week in the Torah Fund.
Just for the quick advertisement, Canada America is going to be the featured performer at our Torah Fund program on Monday night, where we'll hear that song again and lots of other really interesting music and insights from Canada America about her life and her work and her journey.
Torah Fund. Torah Fund supports the Jewish Theological Seminary, which gives scholars who are studying at the seminary.
Sometimes when I was there,
Yeah, I
it didn't
know.
seem like a cemetery. But
The seminary. By selling Torah Fund cards, and the Torah Fund cards are for different occasions. We have condolence cards, we have welcome to this world cards for new babies, we have thank you cards, we have simcha cards, we have rejoicing to you cards, and they're $5 a card, and all you have to do is contact Rose or Joyce Reimer, and they will send it out. So it's a really nice way. The cards are beautiful. It's a nice way to acknowledge people, and it's also a way to raise money for our future conservative rabbis and doctors and teachers and.
thank you. From one sisterhood president to another. At this time, I'd like to invite our graduates up. I think we have 4 people who are graduating from one program or another here today. So come on up front. Please bring your sheets because you have a part. You know if I'm going to come up here, you're going to have a part. So that doesn't. Okay, let's just have everybody just kind of line up straight across facing the congregation and, not coincidentally, the camera also. A little bit more. So, again, at the top of our page, I have a teaching from Pirkei Avot. And the teaching is one of my favorites from Ben Zoma. And Ben Zoma says, Ezehu Chacham, who is wise? And his answer is not somebody who's finished their master's program and is going on to their PhD or the valedictorian of their high school. His answer is, who's wise? The person that learns from every other person. So with that in mind, what I ask you to do, and I'm going to ask you to do a lot of stuff in a second here. First thing, tell us who you are, because some people may not know you. Tell us what school you're graduating from. Also, if you could answer my questions, give us the name of one person, or an example of one person you learned the most from, during your school years. For you, three of you, middle school. I guess for Scott, we're talking about religious school. And an example of the most important thing, or one of the most important things that you might have learned. So I'm going to start on this end, I guess.
The youngest, oldest. So, for those who don't know me, I'm Scott. And so the person that I've known the most from is probably the rabbi and the cantor, because they helped me get to my bar mitzvah. They taught me the Haftorah and the Torah.
Hi. Hi. I'm Lindsay. Do I have to say the name of the school? I'm graduating middle school. Matlin Middle School. Yeah. I'm going to say two answers, because one of them is kind of like a mom and dad. I learned a lot from my brothers because they're older than me, so they taught me a lot and helped me finish homework and stuff, but that's a part of my family. So I also learned from my friends because they're really smart, so they help me study for tests and things to help me succeed and be less stressed for tests.
What's the most important thing you learned?
I learned how to cope with stress before big projects and presentations and tests. And that's very good because that helped me do better in school. Because if I get too stressed out, then I don't do well.
Is that at the risk of saying a lot of stuff about this? I mean, that is such an important thing, more important than anything you learned in geometry or anything you learned in social studies. Being able to have those skills that allow you to then be in situations that are demanding and to succeed. That is incredibly important, and it's something we don't teach people in school. I'm not really sure why. To tell you the truth, we should.
Here you go.
I'm Cody. I'm graduating from West Hollow Middle School. I'm in Melville. I've probably learned the most from my science Olympiad coach, Miss Page. She always taught us that we should always work hard for what we want. Yeah, that's it.
I'm Mia. I'm graduating from Matlin in Plainview, and I probably learned the most from my sister because she teaches me how to be organized, and she helped me set up a calendar for when to study for things and when I have tests or homework, and it's really helped me stay on track.
Very good.
Those are beautiful answers. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to ask you to do one more thing, and unfortunately, I don't really have a mic stand here. I didn't think about bringing one of those out, so you're going to have to just be loud. So I looked at a bunch of graduation kinds of programs that you know what happens with me when I do that. I can't find anyone that I really like, so I wrote a prayer for you that I'd like to ask you to read. And at the end of the prayer, there is the bracha, the blessing that we say when we reach a joyous milestone occasion like this, Shehechianu. And for that prayer, I'll ask Ken or Merrick to help us all recite it. But this prayer, I'd like to ask four of you to say together, starting where it says, a prayer by our graduates. That, of course, is you. Should I start you off? Okay. Chad, Shtayim, Shalosh.
Our God and our God of our ancestors, in your kindness you give us intelligence and humility to learn, to think, and to understand. We are grateful to have the opportunity to learn and to school. Grateful to have had teachers who inspired us and other students who partnered with us in learning. We know that everyone has the opportunity to learn. Help us to use our learning well. Help us to use
Now please join Cantor Merrick, everybody, in singing Shechianu.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה.
So usually in these kinds of programs, the rabbi blesses the students, but tonight I'm going to ask you to help me bless them, because really it does take a whole community to educate and raise our children, and we can be a source of blessing to them at all times, but especially at this time. So I'm going to start off at the bottom of page 1, but when we get to page 2, I want you to join me. For countless generations, Jewish parents have blessed their children on the evening of the Sabbath. In this blessing, parents express the hope that their children will be inspired by our ancestors and be guided by Torah. As a spiritual community, we are all responsible for passing on our heritage to the children of our PJC family. When we live lives enriched by Torah, we join our ancestors in providing inspiration and spiritual nourishment to the next generation. In acknowledgement of this sacred duty, we bless them with these words. Please turn the page and join me. May be guided by the tradition of our ancestors and the ways of Torah. May you seek truth, be kind in your speech, and loving in your deeds. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmarecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May Adonai bless and keep you. May Adonai look kindly upon you and be gracious to you. May Adonai reach out to you in tenderness and grant you peace. Before we conclude our program, I do have a couple of gifts from you from PJC. And I'm going to just call you up one by one to come over and receive your gift, and then just go back to where you were standing. We'll start off with Scott Eckstein. Okay, so just our gift here, by the way, have a graduation bear. And yeah, and in case you're hungry, don't ask me how we ended up with this, but I'll tell you later. We have a gift card for one of our favorite places, Bagel Boss. Well, there are things you can use. Yes. Have it. Yes. I will personally give you my own suggestions of things you could have. But okay. So, Mazel tov, congratulations, Lindsay Greenberg. Again, same thing. Our graduation fair and the coveted Bagel Boss gift card, which you probably is not enough on there to share with your brothers.
I'm not going.
I didn't. Okay. Cody Peltzman. Graduation bear. And Bagel Boss. Finally, Mia Bernstein. Graduation bear. Congrats, grad, and Bagel Boss. Hey. We have some good wishes for you, but our most important wish for you is a wish for peace. So please join Cantor Merrick in singing our wish for peace, Hevenu Shalom Aleichem, at the bottom of the page.
Hevenu Shalom Aleichem, Hevenu Shalom Aleichem, Hevenu Shalom Aleichem, Hevenu Shalom, Shalom, Shalom Aleichem, Hevenu Shalom Aleichem,
Shalom, shalom, shalom aleichem. And as you're going back to your seats, this is another thing I didn't think to ask you, but as you're going back to your seats, let's do a quick round of Siman Tov u'Mazel Tov.
Oh. Siman Tov
Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov, Siman Tov,
Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov, Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov, Yelanu, 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 Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Yelanu, Yelanu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov, Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov, Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov, Yelanu.
And just one final word to Scott, to Lindsay, to Mia, and to Cody. Many of us here, including me, have known you guys most, if not almost all of your lives. And watching you grow up is one of the singular pleasures of being a part of our PJC family. We are so proud of you, and we're looking for even more great things in the years to come, and we hope you'll be back here in 4 years celebrating, or 5 years for you, unless you skip a grade, which, I don't know, could happen. 4 years or 5 years celebrating you going off to finishing high school and going off to college. In the meantime, Mazal Tov. Hey, here, anybody have a June birthday? Chance? Anybody have June birthdays? Okay, so why don't you come on up? One person. One important person. Oh, Bruce. Yes, that's right. There are two people. Same day. Right.
Day.
We, you know, we're so excited. We're throwing a big party on that day. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, Marty also. And tell me your birthday is June 26th. Your birthday is June 26th? No. Okay. Okay. So now, of course, I spoiled my entire thing. I'm going to ask you just to tell us who you are, although I'm sure everybody knows. Tell us when your birthday is. If you want to tell us how old you're turning, that is entirely up to you. And if you have a special birthday wish you want to share that, that's great too.
My birthday is June 26th.
It's Lee Hauptman, by the way.
Oh, I'm Lee Hauptman, and I'm looking forward to celebrating it here on the Journal Dance.
On the journal dance.
I'm Marty Leibowitz. My birthday is June 18th, and I'm always excited when my birthday does not coincide with Father's Day.
That's a good one.
My name is Bruce Heimowitz, and also my birthday is June 26th, the same as Lee Hauptman. There's not too many people that have that birthday. Actually, I think we have a Mel Brescian, I heard. That's right, in the congregation. But also I'm going to be here too with Lee, and hopefully everyone else that will join us in celebrating with our annual journal. Also, June 14th, have another celebration, 30th wedding anniversary is coming up. So.
Wow. Very nice.
Anybody else have a wedding anniversary, by the way, just as long as we brought that topic up? Anybody else have a wedding anniversary in June?
Not an anniversary, but when Jeff proposed, we got engaged by the way.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. You remember that.
Yes, of course it is. Yeah,
Cool.
I gotta go back to my calendar. How long have you guys been together?
Together since 2000, married since 2003.
Yeah, sure.
Nice, fantastic. So you're coming up next year. Anyway, please join us in singing "Happy Birthday" to our June birthdays.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear all of you. Happy birthday to you. Yom Huledet Sameach. Yom Huledet Sameach. Yom Huledet Sameach. Yom Huledet Sameach.
Love to everybody. So we're going to finish up tonight with a couple of things. First thing is Aleinu. You can find it back in your booklets on page 25. If you're able to, please rise.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם בגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
Join me for Mourner's Cottage, page 27. Yikadal v'yikadash shemei Rabbah ve'alma divra irute ve'amlich malchute v'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chaye dechol beit Yisrael Bagala uvizman kari v'imru. Amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mevarach le'olam ulome omaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpoar v'yitromam v'yitnase v'yithadar v'yitale v'yitalal. Shemei dekudesha brichu le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran b'elma v'imru, amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. I want to thank our family-friendly family education committee for helping to put together our service. People who are here, Ronnie is here, Steve Gutman is here, Marty and Marilyn are here. Barbara, are you on the committee, just helping out a lot? I haven't looked at the live stream yet, but I'm almost certain Gail Chris is with us on live stream. Did I miss anybody? I think that's it. Okay, so thank you all for another year of hard work and dedication as our Family Education Committee in making these programs possible. There is a wonderful Oneg Shabbat tonight that Ronnie put together. I watched her do it myself and didn't even offer to help. And it's inside in the ballroom in just a couple minutes, but I want to tell you who is sponsoring our Oneg Shabbat first. So thank you to our sponsors, starting with our own Ronnie Diener. Congratulations to all of our graduates. May your dreams come true. Happy summer to all, and happy birthday to my daughter. That's Ronnie's daughter, Sherry. Her birthday is also in June 20th, and also a mazel tov to Ronnie on completing 3 more years of sisterhood presidency, and even more mazel tov for finding somebody else or 2 people that are sitting with us here to actually take on the responsibility and relieve her of that obligation. Speaking of people taking on the residency of sisterhood, Blaine and Len Peltzman are sponsoring. Thank you, Blaine, for being one of our co-presidents next year, along with Barbara. They're sponsoring in honor of Cody's graduation from West Hollow Middle School and going on to High School East. We're very proud of you and all your accomplishments in middle school. We love you, Mommy, Daddy, and Skyla. Diane Miller sponsoring. In memory of my dad, that's Diane's dad, Aaron Drucker, whose yahrzeit was yesterday. Happy early Father's Day. Congratulations to all the graduates. And in memory of a dear friend, Dr. Julius Walk, whose birthday, I believe, was also in June, right? Yeah, June 18th. Very good, Bruce. Jeff and Robin Bernstein are sponsoring in honor, of course, of in recognition of their daughter Mia graduating from Matlin Middle School, but also in recognition of their daughter Zoe being inducted into National Honor Society. Double mazel tov to you guys. Beverly Kepke is sponsoring in honor of her daughter Jody's birthday, also in June. In honor of her grandson Aiden's pending graduation from high school and being accepted to Hofstra University. In honor of her grandson's Jake's engagement, to Brenna. Marty and Marilyn Leibowitz are sponsoring. Mazel tov to all the graduates as we celebrate the family-friendly Friday night service and family sisterhood. Mazel tov to all the graduates and have a great summer. So thank you to all of our sponsors, and we'll be enjoying our Oneg Shabbat in just a minute. Ken Emmerich is going to share with us a closing song.
Let's do, I think we've done it before. It's a great song, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. And we do a little clapping. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Next part goes like this. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam shalom. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam shalom. One more time. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Clap. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Yeah, thank you.
We have technology. We could just do it. Anyway, Shabbat Shalom, everybody. We'll see you inside in the
Where's Freddie for that?
Oh, I'll take my stuff.
They didn't feel like bringing that up. They didn't feel like bringing that out.
Yeah, just need this. Walk or I'll keep this good copy. So where did she show me to turn it off? I don't know.
Happy birthday. Oh, thank you. 55? I look great on it for you. The other day. This is a nice sweater, too. That's great. What school is she in?
She's at JFK.
Very nice.
All right. I didn't want to come over.
Besides, I see Melissa a couple of times. Every so often it's a wife.
Yeah, they go to the gym together, not together.
She goes on leaving.
We'll get her see some stuff.
All right.
That's what's coming. Like that's dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
Del Rey is amazing. I went there not this day before that.
You want to just hear that?
No.
I just hit 60. So Del Rey went there instead of the Shige.
I could see you feel better.
I don't feel bad. I just. So, my next one.
You know, he's got to put the slate together.
Okay, because I was a 1 year term. I worked.